Hey, 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 what's up, everyone? It's your boy, Matt Diazable, coming at you with some more music review. Today, I'm checking out a split EP from the bands Empire Down and Liberty and Justice. These bands kind of fall under the umbrella of oi punk with a little bit of hardcore. They're both kind of similar in terms of those genres, but they have their own unique spin on it because I think Liberty and Justice is, Empire Down is a little bit more on the hardcore side, while Liberty and Justice moves more into the punk side of things. And yeah, if I'm correct, Empire Down's from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and Liberty and Justice is from Houston, Texas, baby. Yeah. And I came across this band because I recently did a review of Conservative Military Image. And I think because of that review, one of the members from Empire Down contacted me. It was like, hey, check out our stuff and everything. I was like, say no more, fam. And I was really happy they did that because that means people like my reviews, I guess. So yeah, trying to do more for the music community since I have no talent and can't play in a band or anything, and I'm always so busy. So this is the best thing I can do in terms of staying up to date with the current hardcore scene, the punk scene, and I'm doing my best, guys. So yeah, let's get into this review. The opening track here has a really groovy and light sound to it with some really good gang vocals, and the main vocals, they also have a nice rawness to it and everything. And as I was listening to the song, it reminded me of like a more punk version of Comeback Kid, especially with how the drums got some nice feels to it and are just really in the pocket, and just how the riffs sound on this particular song with their cool echoey effects to it and everything, especially on the guitar solo. The bass has a low and good feel to it that I really like. And just overall, the riffs on this track are really good. It's a really good opening track for this band. So I want to play a clip of System Kills or Systems Kill. Those riffs really remind me of Comeback Kid. Again, you got more mesmerizing guitar riffs, and the drums are still very in the pocket here, but they're switching things up a little bit by matching with like the gang vocals on this track and everything. I will say the main vocals are a little bit hard to understand, but they do sound good, but it's really hard to hear him, I guess, in a way. The bass is really nice and thick and just comes in really strong. Overall, it's a short and sweet song. The drums sound really deep and groovy here and have a really good vibe to it and everything. The gang vocals are really strong here, and the main vocals are more understandable this time around. The riffs are simple and just really chill, and overall, it's just got a good solid punk energy to it. Spicy and big ass riffs with this track with some really good bass. It's just like really strong and very bold, the bass on this particular track. And overall, they have a really good light and positive vibe and just really happy style to their music and everything. It's just really, really like refreshing. And they got some really catchy riffs. The riffs sound a little bit heavier here, and the drums are just as good. The bass has a really good sound to it, especially like when it does some breaks in the middle of the song. You got heavier sounding riffs. Drums are sounding really good. The bass sounds nice. It has their signature style on this song, but in the first half of the song, it feels kind of boring. Like there's not much going on, even though it's their signature style. But in the middle of the song, there's a nice bass break that really helps switch things up a little bit, add some more cool elements. But overall, like as the song fades out and everything, it just feels kind of just like okay, not the best, but not the worst. Now, on the Liberty and Justice side of things, we got more of a Western rock vibe here that's really rough and tough with the vocals and everything. I would say the vocals are mixed in really well and sound really good. The guitar's a little muffled here and there, but I mean, I think it adds to their Western aesthetic punk they're doing here. The drums are really simple. The gang vocals are a little bit hard to hear at times, but they do get better as the song progresses. So I'm gonna play a clip of Teddy Boys for you. It's like that honky tonky like country vibe to it, but with like some punkness to it, right? This song has like a spooky vibe to it with how the pianos are being played in the background, and you get some really interesting vocal performances with the vocalist doing some like sounds and everything. The drums are really simple and in the pocket. The bass is layered really nice on this track and can be heard really well. Overall, it's a really weird song that kind of like leaves a pretty lasting, like a lasting impression on you for sure. So I'm gonna play a clip of "Not Economically Viable." Like those weird sounds are like really catchy, right? This song has a little bit more of a faster punk vibe to it and everything, but I think because of that, the vocals seem to be having trouble keeping up with the music. He seems a little bit laggy at times, but I will say the riffs are heavier here, and the drums are really going in on here. Some really fast drum rolls and everything. And the bass is nice and thick and everything. So overall, sonically, it's good. It's just the vocalist is a little bit behind here. Again, you got some really good riffs here, nice bass line, good drum rolls and everything. It reminds me of like a heavier Rolling Stones and everything. But the biggest thing is here, they switch up the vocals a bit. I think they got a different vocalist for this or doing something different because I would say it's a nice change up, but I will say they're a little bit low in the mix, so it kind of gets drowned out by the music and everything. The bass here is incredibly noticeable with how good it sounds and everything, but that and maybe the cool guitar solo in the song, those might be the two things that are like really cool about this track. But they use some like gang vocals that are different than what they normally do, and they just sound really weird. And when I mean weird, they genuinely sound kind of bad, like they sound really offbeat. And because of that, the song feels really messy and incoherent, and it just seems like a lot of bad choices for this particular song and everything. So it's not my favorite song for sure. The album is called They Want Revenge for Every Minute Lost and everything. But if you listen to this album, you will not be disappointed in any way. You'll be happy at every minute you listen to this album because you get two great bands on one package and everything. Like on Empire Down, they blend the whole oi punk and hardcore style very well. The songs are very light and catchy, and they just instantly draw you in with their unique sound and everything. From their mesmerizing riffs to their vocalist's sharp and punky-like sounding voice and the groovy drums and everything. And if you throw in some solid production, which they do here, all the tracks sound really good and just all everything's mixed and layered very nicely and everything. To me, they remind me if Comeback Kid was more light and not as heavy, then you would get Empire Down with all their like solid catchiness and like fun sound and everything. Now, on the Liberty and Justice side of things, they may stick to traditional punk sounds, but they do more experimenting here than Empire Down for sure, because they have like a Western like vibe with their opening track and everything. They've got some slower punk sounds and some fast raging punk tracks and everything. And then what really helps is their vocalist here. He has a very, very distinct, raspy, and harsh voice that works pretty well for most of the tracks and everything. It makes every song kind of like you really listen to it, like, oh, he's doing something different here. Oh, this is different. Like they're very unique style and everything with his vocals and everything. The drums are really simple for the most part, but when they do some drum fills here and there, they have some nice fills that just go really well, and they just blast away at the right time and at the right moment. And I think a big standout here on this side of Liberty and Justice is the bass. Very thick, very like dense and everything, and it just sounds beautiful and everything. And then the riffs are pretty solid and everything, but nothing too flashy or anything. They're doing their job pretty well. And I would say the only time that Liberty and Justice kind of like messes up a little bit is when they do these gang vocals on the last track of their song, and like the overall style, like they experimented a little bit too much, and so I feel like that like took away from their side of the split and everything. But overall, if you like some good traditional old style punk with some interesting vocals, Liberty and Justice is where it's at for you. So with these two bands combined and everything, I think this split from there is a very solid and well produced EP and everything. And I would give it a nice, good 8 out of 10. Thanks for coming on by. Links down below to Empire Down and Liberty and Justice socials and everything. I'm Matt from Diazable. Thanks for checking me out. And if you have any recommendations or comments about this band or anything, let me know down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. You know the usual YouTube spiel. And check out this video I got going on. Till next time. Bye.